It was good. It was Bracken. It's your boy, the DJC, aka D Don Carlos. What it do? What it be? We back here. We out here vibing, doing what needs to be done. So we're here for another video on DJ's Destiny. How you guys doing? So this is more so of a new. I guess it would be a new build. Yeah, this is a build video. It's because this build is kind of hot. So I got the new. Hold on, let me slow it down and run it back. I got the new Warlock Exotic Dawn Chorus. Don't know what Dawn Chorus does. Dawn Chorus is your Daybreak projectiles can cause targets to burn on contact and deal more damage with them. All of your burn effects last longer, and you gain a small amount of melee energy each time one of your burns damages a target. So, pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. This exotic is awesome, by the way, and it's pretty PogChamp because your Daybreak, your super can crit. However, this build is not about our Daybreak super brethren. It is actually about, if we zoot and toot over here, we're talking about Dawn Cores with Well of Radiance. Now, as you can see, I'm out here running Lumina. I got the Dawn Chorus on, and you saw a preview of some of my Dawn Chorus mods. So with Dawn Chorus, right, with this new exotic, all of the burning that you get, that you cause, I should say, gives you like about 5% of your melee energy back. So it takes about 20 ticks of burn to get a full melee. So you think it, well, that's not really that great, you know. It doesn't. It seems okay. It doesn't seem like too busted. But you gotta remember, not only does it give you 5%, but the burning lasts longer with this helmet. So yes, the solar warlock melee on Well of Radiance does burn, and it does quite a hefty amount of damage, and they burn for a long time. Not only that, you use the solar nade. You kind of just chuck it, hit somebody on their feet, and they kind of just burn forever because burning. And well, here's the thing, right? So you're getting two burns off this, right? And of course, we're running Lumina so that we can keep juggling our cooldowns, because there's a lot of burning that you can do with this pseudo. I would say this pseudo offensive support build, because there is so much burning that you get to do with this. So here's how it works. So you start running, right? You start running. You be like, haha, I see something. You punch it so that you get your melee on cooldown, right? It starts burning because the burning off the melee also decreases the cooldown of the melee itself. So you could burn something with the empowering punch, and then it'll start taking and start going off cooldown. Then you just toss a nade at them, and then the burn. If you time it right at the very end of the melee burn, you toss the nade to extend the burn duration, and it just keeps on ticking. And if you got allies around you and you already hit the melee before, you get your benevolent dawn, so your melee keeps ticking even faster. So your melee's ticking faster, your grenade's ticking faster because the benevolent dawn, you're freaking just burning the target away, and guess what? 30 seconds later, you have your melee back. And then you just run it back again. You run up, you punch something, a big boy enemy, and you just keep recycling it. It's honestly some of the most fun I've had on Well, and especially with Lumina to support your cooldowns. So just in case you don't have your full combo up, your 1-2 combo, you can just swap. You can just shoot a noble round at one of your teammates, and then you can just get your noble round back. Like even solo, running activity solo, I still feel like I'm getting a lot. But if I would run things soloed, I'd pick a different super. But of course in high pinnacle activities, most of the time you're doing it with other people. So Lumina's great for this. I'm gonna tell you about some of the mods that I'm running for this. So while I tell you about these mods, you're probably gonna be watching me do gameplay on top of this. So just watch out. You feel me? So one of the mods that I'm running, of course, I'm running a Charge with Light build with this because Charge with Light is absolutely busted. But this is going to be interesting. So on our helmet, of course, I got a pretty decent roll on this helmet. We got 10 resilience. We have 29 resilience. So in Crucible, whenever I run around with Well of Radiance, I can now not get one shot by stasis and have a decent chunk of health to actually do something. So we have the resilience stat increase. We have Ashes to Asset. This is a new improved Ashes to Asset, uh, and it stacks. I'm telling you, want to know how much it stacks? In one nightfall, it was a 1280 nightfall. I got my super in a minute and 30 seconds, and my power is only 1264. It was 1263 like an hour ago, but it's 1264 right now. With this build, I got a Well of Radiance in a minute and a half. It's kind of toxic, not gonna lie. So I got a double Ashes to Assets. It stacks. Of course, there's diminishing returns, so I don't get the 1.5 increase, but it's still worth it because of the burn. It still counts even if they burn off the nade, so that's pretty hot. Not only that, I have this set to unstoppable on hands because I'm running nightfalls and stuff. But we have our impact induction, so every time I melee attack, I get 10% of my grenade energy back, which it's already coming back super fast with Benevolent Dawn, and I have 100 discipline, so just an extra 10% every 3 or 4 seconds is just as great. But I also have the kindling flame, so I get double if a teammate falls and I res them. I give them healing, and it extends the duration of Benevolent Dawn because it just stacks. Because that's fair, I guess. On chest piece, I'm just running whatever on the chest piece. You don't really need to worry about that. And then we got invigoration and radiant light, because plus extra 20 strength, and also having my melee cooldown normally at sub a minute. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot, honestly. Like, I'm really just worried about not even really worried, but most of the focus of this build is on Ashes to Assets and the impact induction, along with Kindle Flame, and as much healing and as much stuff that I can do. The rest of this stuff doesn't matter. The rest of this literally does not matter as long as these two are popping off. And then, of course, like I said earlier, if I'm ever low on cooldowns, I can just shoot a bunch of stuff, get the noble round from Luna, and just shoot my teammates and get just immediately stronger, or get all my cooldowns back and just start zooming across the map and doing all kinds of crazy shenanigans, because that's what this build is. Honestly, this build lets you be extremely offensive. Because then a 2-man, we did a 1250 2-man on Omnigul this week, and my partner just ran around with Laminate, and I kind of just kept juicing him because I kept having my empowered melee and kept burning the boss, and there was nothing the boss could do. We were doing so much damage that all of the damage phases where the ads spawn in kept stacking up on each other. And in that run alone, I got at least 5 or 7 Wells of Radiances, which might not seem like a lot, but it took us 20 minutes, and I only have 36 intellect, and we casted 5 Wells, with him not really using his super. So, I'm just saying, this build's kind of hot, and if you want to try it out, definitely go get your Dawn Cores, definitely go try it out with Well of Radiance. I honestly like this exotic more on Well than I do on Dawnblade, I should specify this, in PvE activities, Well of Radiance Dawn Cores is insane, but in Crucible, of course, you're gonna swap to Dawnblade, bottom tree or top tree. I like it on bottom tree more than I like it on top tree, because there's more burning on bottom tree. You're gonna swap to that. But even in Crucible with Well of Radiance, you still do 1,000,000,000 damage, especially with Lunas. So that's it. We're really here. Definitely, if you want to see more of how the build works, I'm gonna keep the strike in the background here, and you can just keep watching it and vibe out to really, get a feel of what this build can do. Because it's honestly, Well is fun, but I somehow managed to make it even more fun than it already is. So I'm gonna catch you guys later. Hopefully you enjoy.